Hello, and welcome back to King's Quest 8. Today we are venturing into the realm of the Gnomes. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. It turns out this game is being haunted by the ghost of its former owner. Really nothing to worry about anyway. Let's get started. So, when we left off, we had just traveled through a whirlpool and managed to not drown, which is nice. I tend to like not drowning myself. And now we're underground in a rather gloomy kind of place. Oh hey, I didn't notice this rock here before. Well, there we go. That solves my rock problems later on. That's nice. And of course, being underground, we're going to find a lot of mushrooms. As it turns out, the monsters in this area don't tend to be terribly threatening, so we're not really going to need all that many. I barely remember using any healing items on my first run through here. I wonder if it looks like the resolution might be a little funky. I don't know. Been messing around with a secondary monitor, so it hopefully didn't screw anything up. Anyway, so put a rock down here. You see, there are only a few specific places where we can find rocks in this underground tunnel. Because of course I suppose only specific rocks will work. You can't just take any rock, it has to be just the right size. And let me see if I can remember. You might think that this being made up of tunnels might end up kind of maze-like, like the Dimension of Death. But as it happens, this place is mostly relatively straightforward. I don't know why Connor doesn't have like any kind of reaction when that guy hits him. It really threw me off before because I didn't realize I was getting hit and I almost died. Remember, we can't use just any rock. These rocks that this man collapsed into here, nope, you can't take any of these. They're the wrong size. You can't just drop a rock onto a button now. It's gotta be a specific kind of rock. I don't know. It seems a little bit silly. And we're gonna find these guys scattered around here.
Good sir, why do you toil so hard?
There was an earthquake, and the exit from our realm was blocked. I dig to find a way out.
I hope you success, sir.
Now, believe it or not, there's actually several bits of dialogue between Connor and the Gnomes, basically saying the exact same thing. What you doing? Oh, we're digging to find a way out. Not a single one of them says anything the least bit important or relevant other than that. And every time Connor talks to them, he acts equally confused as to what they're doing. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and skip talking to any more. Now let's see. These bat things, I think they're mantas. But I'm going to call them bats because whatever. They're going to be one of the most frequent enemies around here. And they're really not all that threatening. And in fact, once I get a better ranged weapon, I'll be able to gun them down pretty fast without a lot of trouble. Of course, these friendly rock monsters are also going to be making frequent guest appearances. Leveled up? No. And they're fairly damaging, but once that really looks like you could pick it up. It looks like one of the regular rocks. That confused me before, because it makes you wonder, like, it's just a pile of rocks. Go on, pick one up. There's plenty. Whatever. Connor needs a specific kind of puzzle-solving rock, I guess. So yeah. we're gonna find that the enemies are fairly frequent, but really not much of a problem to deal with. Although, if I'm gonna try and conserve my healing items, just so that I can gain back my health from level ups. Should probably take this thing out before I save. So I might end up dying once or twice. Oh my god, it got caught on the edge of the... Oh, that's hilarious. And level up. I think that seems like a good time to save. There's always kind of a delay before an enemy gives you experience. I guess just because the game is internally waiting until the enemy's death animation is over and its actual being dead trigger goes off. Whoa, hey now. So these are the white mantas, and they are a little bit harder to kill, but you pretty much always want to see these in preference to the regular ones, because everyone, without fail, will drop a whopping 3 crystals, which will vastly outweigh any damage they do to you, guaranteed. So they're pretty awesome. If they're supposed to be a bigger threat than the regular ones, or if they're just supposed to be flying pinatas, I don't know, but they turn out to be the latter because, ooh, this guy surprised me last time. What are Spriggans doing here? I had this whole big thing where I was gonna, like, plan out the optimal route and stuff, but to be honest, I have no idea where this tunnel goes. I forgot, pretty much. Really, the order of where you go doesn't matter all that much, except for a couple things. There's this one... Whoa, jeez. There's this one area where we have to dodge, like, rolling boulders, and we only want to go there once. That's really annoying. I went in a circle. Or did I... I think I wasn't paying attention. We're gonna end up poking around these corridors at random here. Let me think. There is one place we want to visit. It shouldn't be too hard to... just gonna poke through this to get the map cleared. I like clearing out the map. Experience.
Friend,
You opened the
are
door.
you interested in purchasing me wares?
Mayhap, good merchant. What have you?
I deal in armour, my friend, the finest in the realm. Verily, you may don and inspect them for possible purchase.
So here's a major feature of the realm of the gnomes. At this point in the game, the developers turned to each other and they said, "Hey, we've been having the player collect coins. Have we found a use for that yet?" And the other ones was like, not really." And so they said, "Well, why don't we just have the player buy every single piece of equipment in this area?"
Me bronze breastplate will guard ye against the hardest of blows. For ye, sir, only 350 gold coins, plus the trade-in of your used breastplate.
Of course, it's not like what am I gonna do with my old one?
I
So
shall
yeah,
purchase
so that's what
this
we're gonna
fine
do.
armor. Here is my payment.
Thank ye, good friend.
If you want a better armor, you gotta buy it here. If you
Come
want
back
a
later, friend.
better ranged weapon, you gotta buy it. If you want a better melee weapon, you gotta buy it. There's even a strength upgrade or something, and you gotta buy that too. If you're not willing to part with any of your money, you're going to leave with exactly the same equipment you came in with. Not that there's really anything else to do with your money that I can recall. I mean, I guess you can buy healing items, but you know, I'm the stingiest person ever when it comes to healing items, so I don't think that I'm really gonna need any more. I really should have prioritized going to the weapon shop. Just because the better ranged weapon is way better. It's ridiculously good, and it lets you basically snipe bats before they can even reach you. Huh. That one was a regular one, but it still dropped crystals. These guys are just all around friendly to me. hardly any damage from these attacks. Weird. I think I'll just stab this one. Come on. Die. But overall, I prefer to use the ranged weapon. You'd think it'd be kind of inconvenient, since you're in such tight corridors, but there's actually a lot of opportunities to gun down enemies before they even reach you, especially if you've got the better ranged weapon, which I should be finding here. It's probably in the other direction, but whatever. Hey, Spriggans! I think I will take out my sword. You know, the Spriggans are really kind of a pathetic race when you get right down to it. But, you know, it's not just that they die, it's just they seem so, I don't know, what's the word? I don't know, they just really seem to get owned every time I kill them. And, I don't know. It just kind of, I mean, I'm coming at them with like, oh no, I forgot about the zombush. Jeez, okay. Zombies are back too. They are no more competent than they were before. In fact, they may even be less competent. But yeah, I mean, the Spriggans are coming at me with wooden clubs, and I've got bronze armor and a great sword. Okay, that's not a great sword. What kind of sword is it?
I carry a sword of the lake.
It's a long sword. So you may be wondering, how do I get across here? Do you have to jump? No, you don't actually have to jump. The funny thing is that because of a quirk of the game's draw distance, this bridge here is invisible until you walk right up to it. Apparently the game's fade out triggers for it right around at the middle of it instead of at the edges, causing it to do that. It might be that it's supposed to be some kind of invisible bridge trick, like it's on purpose, but it doesn't. It looks like how all the other objects get kind of faded in and out, and I think it's just due to carelessness. Maybe it was just like a bug at first and then they left it in because it kind of looked cool to have it fade in, but it looks like a bug. I don't know. Anyway, it's time for me to shut up now because we've found the Exposition Man.
Well met, Aged One. Pray tell, why do you crouch in the darkness so?
Woe betide us, young fellow. All is lost. Hope, dreams, aspirations. Naught is left but a dim spark of faith. I am this spark, personified in the aspect of the once proud people who long ago inhabited these tunnels. But as thou canst see, even I am dwindling away.
But, Old One, faith is not gone. It can be found once again.
Foolish lad, faith is not something to be found. It needs to be ignited and then embedded deep within the very soul of all people. Only the enlightened one can accomplish such a deed.
The Enlightened One? Whom might that be?
The
It's you,
incorruptible one who would gain the light of life.
Obviously.
Would restore faith, hope, and new beginnings to humanity.
The light of life. Pray, where would one begin to look?
It is everywhere and nowhere. The enlightened one would know the answer.
'Tis a fair answer, Aged One. Tend
Oh,
carefully
wait, they
your
have
faith.
to know something?
From a small
Maybe it's not
spark
Connor
can
after
still a
all.
blaze grow.
I have not yet given up. Thank thee, lad.
I mean, yeah, I know that Connor is like every single chosen one known to this world's mythology, but the enlightened one? Connor's a lot of things, but I wouldn't call him enlightened. Oh well. Time to go fulfill a prophecy or whatever. I don't really know what this guy exists for. I mean, he's not a gnome, I think. He doesn't really seem to serve any other real purpose other than to provide us with this crystal, which he didn't even do. It was just kind of sitting next to him, so it could have just been a crystal patch with some enemies or something, I guess. And I don't know. It doesn't seem to do anything other than bolster Connor's ego. Is it supposed to provide some kind of illumination about the lore of this world or something? I don't get it. And when I played this for the first time, I thought he was a gnome, but I mean, looking at him closer, he's obviously not. I mean, for one thing, he's got completely different clothes. But I mean, yeah, I think he's... Is he a human? I think he's human. I mean, he said humanity. Although he looks like some kind of like elf or gnome or something. With the being all tall and thin and having that beard. He fits the traditional description of a gnome. He just doesn't look like the gnomes in this particular game. Here's where I demonstrate my vast gamer skills by not remembering where anything is or where I'm going. Don't die. I didn't die. Where is the weapon shop? Pretty sure it's not this way. Zombie, where is it? Get away. Why are they orange anyway? Are they supposed to be gnome zombies? Because they're obviously not. That's all I can figure, but I guess they're just recolor zombies. These zombies are more dangerous because they're orange. Oh, come on. These guys really aren't that much of a threat, but they are pretty much the strongest enemy in this area. The strongest one. Jesus. Calm the fuck down, guys. Oopsie. I didn't think the bats would kill me, but I obviously wasn't paying much attention to my health. When did I last save? Okay, so I'm not really that far back. I will endeavor to die less from here on. Something really took a chunk out of me because I just leveled up. Obviously, I wasn't paying much attention. Maybe those things took a chunk out of me. I just didn't realize how strong they were. Since I just gained a level, and since I did just get killed before, I'm gonna save here. I mean, why not? So in any case, we're gonna keep up the tradition of Connor collecting things without knowing why. Whether there's zombies here. Where are the zombies? You saw them, right? Right here, before the pit, there were zombies. The hell? I'm gonna end up falling into the pit. But I want that experience. Where are the zombies? What the? Did I miss the trigger for them? What the heck is going on here? Right, zombies? I'm really confused. I guess it's not important. I mean, I can come back and futz with the zombies later, but I'm really thrown off because zombies don't usually miss out on the chance to come up right underneath you. I don't know. That was weird. Jeez, I guess these things do have some muscle to them. Okay, so I guess I should retract my statement a little bit about these things being weenies, because they are kind of badass, at least in groups of 3. Other than that, not too much. But anyway, so yeah, we're gonna keep up the tradition of Connor collecting things without knowing why he's doing it. We've already gotten started. I mean, we already have this thing, and we're actually gonna find a use for that here. We got
I
this
carry
crystal,
a clouded crystal shard.
and this
I
thing.
carry a chunk of amber glow.
I don't know how he knows what that is, but that's what it is. He doesn't know why he needs it. He's just picking up random shit he finds sticking out of the ground. Is it Is it radioactive? Who knows? He's just gonna put it right in his pants.
Lo, a place to use my map. I can magically transport from here.
Connor, you can see further than that, can't you? You're withholding information from me. They put the trigger for that a little bit close. So yeah, if we need to go somewhere else, we can come back here. And not to spoil it for you, but we're actually going to be using that fairly soon. Let's see.
This wall, it looks different than the others.
Does it really? I guess it's... I mean, there are dirt walls here. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously blocking something, so I guess that's what he means. And is there anything out where... Anywhere else to go here? Nope. I think we actually cleared this area out. It's okay. I did pretty well there. Believe it or not, that wall up there isn't really gonna become, over there, not up there, isn't really gonna become relevant to anything. It's actually just kind of a shortcut. So this place is as good as cleared out. We'll be coming at that wall from another direction later, but it's really a pain in the ass, because you have to climb 2 walls to go through that route. I guess it's faster, probably, so I think I will end up using it at some point, but, you know. So we should really hit up the weapon shop, and then we can get kitted out with some better gear. And then I'm pretty sure we'll be able to take all the shit in this cave, because the ranged weapon we're about to get is pretty badass. And I actually passed up the melee weapon when I did my test run, just because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to afford everything I needed. But it turns out I could, so we're just going to go straight to buying all the cool shit that's going to be on sale here. If I can just remember. Kill these guys. Excuse me while I kill this guy. So this is where we're gonna need a bunch of rocks. This isn't really a puzzle, other than I guess you need to press this button first, because otherwise the bridge gets stuck for some reason. But you just need 3 rocks, and since I didn't use any of the rocks in the Dimension of Death, I don't really have to do much rock hunting. But I think first, the weapon shop is probably over this way. Ugh. Take that. And I think, yeah.
Hail, Outlander! May I aid ye in the purchase of arms?
You might, good tradesman. What have you?
Behold me wares. Here now, ye may inspect them. Just leave your old weapon whilst doing so.
I guess they say that just because there's no way for the engine to let you carry 2 weapons at once. I don't know. I think it's just kind of silly. Anyway,
Ye are truly quick. Me heavy compound crossbow is the finest crafted. 'Tis so quick and sure, your enemies will not know what struck 'em. On sale, today only. Just 300 gold coins and the trade-in of your old weapon. What say ye?
so I realized that, each of these has dialogue, and the same in the armor place, and I kind of skipped over the other armor, which is less good. Basically, it's just, he says it's awesome scale mail. I don't know if you care to hear all the bits of
Tis a
dialogue
fine
the
weapon, sure,
shopkeepers
but
have.
I am not now interested in a purchase.
Tat a pity. Here is your old weapon back.
I'm gonna probably try not to, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The game froze. Ah. Wow, okay. Well, that sucks. I guess I'll be back in a minute. Okay, this is giving me some trouble now. I didn't have this problem at all during my practice run. I have no idea
Hail,
what has made the
Outlander!
game
May I
suddenly
aid
decide
ye
to
in the
screw
purchase
me
of
over.
arms?
You might, good tradesman. What have you?
Behold me wares. Here now, ye may inspect them. Just leave your old weapon whilst doing so.
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Ye are truly quick. Me heavy compound.
Shut up and take my money.
I shall purchase this most excellent weapon. Here is my payment.
Thank ye, good man. A fine choice.
Alright, I'm going to save. Hopefully we won't run into any more problems here, and if we do, I might just do this off screen, because this is getting ridiculous.
Aye, the Warhammer, me very best weapon. 'Twill crush anything, sure, even stones. For ye, sir, just 400 gold coins and the trade-in of your old weapon.
Alright.
Aye, I shall purchase this most excellent weapon. Here is my payment.
Thank ye, good man. A fine choice.
Of course, you notice the mask floating in the lower
Come
right.
back later, Outlander.
Which means they lock you into that cutscene. I don't know why that's necessary, because that seems to be the cause of the bug, but whatever. So now we're kitted out. And now that I know that the bug is still going to affect me now. Okay, that's new. I'm gonna be a little more nervous around shopkeepers, and we've got one more to deal with, so hopefully this will go off without a hitch, but who really knows. I really thought that this game had worked out, we'd worked out the really bad bugs. So, can we hear that one more time? That was awesome. That is not Connor's voice. What was that? Did they just take a generic sound clip? That's hilarious. It just sounds nothing at all like Connor. I said this button had to be pressed first, didn't I? Yeah, I don't know why are they trying to make this a puzzle? When this first happened, I thought the game had bugged out. Because it's like it's not turning. And then I thought to do it in a different order. It's like, when your puzzle can make the games, make a reasonable player expect that maybe the game is bugged, I think you've done something wrong. Connor, you don't have to lob the rock. The button is right at your feet. Just drop it. You gotta be a manly man, don't you? I got experience points for dropping buttons on rocks. I understand the idea behind, certain things give you knowledge, and that knowledge increases your experience, because you're experiencing things. But it's a little weird when you remember that the primary thing that leveling up does is improve your combat efficiency. So, learning things makes me hit things harder? I don't know. I guess it's not really a big deal. But it does seem a little bit silly. I think I'll take this one first.
It is
Okay.
locked.
Right. So you might think that there was some kind of key or we need to solve some sort of puzzle or use an item or whatever. No. You just hit it. That's literally it. Really, the only purpose is to get this piece of iron in my inventory,
This lock is made of iron.
and that'll become relevant later for reasons Connor doesn't know yet. This is why I think the brigands are kind of pathetic. Where should I go? No, we should go this way. I'm fairly sure of this. This is just a random piece of money lying on the ground. But what really makes me laugh is, note my total, 449. We picked this up. I got 1 coin. Awesome. Why even bother putting it there? I mean, if you don't have enough coin to buy all of the stuff you want at this point in the game, 1 more isn't gonna do jack. It's not like there's coins scattered all over for you to collect. There's just that one random one. There really, I went the wrong way. There really isn't that much that much money to collect around here. It's kind of a weird thing with the gold in this game. It's kind of like you spend the first half of the game collecting it, and the second half spending it, I guess. I haven't played too far, played the later areas, but from what I hear, there isn't much money in any of the other areas for the rest of the game. So this is what I'm going to be doing with enemies for the rest of this area, is just gunning them down with my crossbow.
This is a heavy compound crossbow.
Let's see, what does he say?
This is a fierce warhammer.
A fierce warhammer.
I am well protected by bronze plate.
At least that's what the used warhammer salesman said. I don't know. I think maybe I'd do better if I had just, instead of just 1 warhammer, if I had 40,000 warhammers. Maybe.
Hey, stranger. May I help you?
Mayhap. What have you, good tradeswoman?
When's the last time
I am the
saved?
apothecary, stranger. A purveyor of potions, magics, alchemical formulae, and long-lost spells. Behold me purgatives, curatives, restoratives, potions, powders, and other such. Whicher is it ye be wanting?
Okay, she didn't lock the game. We'll be coming back here a little bit later.
Thank you for coming, traveller.
Yeah. Basically, there's only one item I care about at the apothecary, because I'm not going to be buying any potions. You know, whatever. I think I'm pretty stocked up. We are running a little low on money. I guess it's kind of hard to judge, because I don't know. I don't think there's really much to spend on after this, not that I remember. It's kind of weird. I think that, I don't know, the whole gold coin thing sort of seems like an afterthought, or like they plan to do more with it. I really don't know. Connor's getting confused. What the hell are you doing? Jeez. Okay. We didn't take that much damage. The strength of the monsters can be kind of eclectic. It doesn't seem like the species of monster really has much bearing on how much damage they do, or how much health they have, as we've seen. So I really don't know. No, this is the wrong way. Definitely want to visit here before we go through the rolling boulder area. So I'm on track with what I'm doing. The only thing is that at some point I need to find the tree roots, and then we will. Yeah, so I know what I'm doing here, and I'll get to what the tree root and all the other useless items we've collected so far are actually used for. You gotta love the structure of the game, how I mean, yeah, I did do a little bit of sequence breaking, and you know, in some areas where I did kind of pick up stuff I knew I would use. But the way the game is set up, I mean, in this area at least, you know, you could just tackle the areas in any order. You could just explore wherever. So there's a very good chance you'll just run into something that you can collect, and you won't know why. You'll just pick it up because you know if the game wants you to pick it up, it's gotta be used for something, right? I don't know. I guess that's just a feature of adventure games. It's just you pick things up. You know, the classic kleptomaniac hero. I guess Connor is at least maybe slightly less okay, that's not true. I mean, the key items that he picks up mostly seem to be kind of useless shit a lot of the time, but then of course you're just looting like mushrooms and potions left and right. I mean, if it's just lying on the ground, I guess you could argue that it's anyone's game, but I mean, we're just like busting open barrels, just taking whatever's in there. So this area here, you'll see on the map, actually leads down to where I said before this is the shortcut, and as you can see, there's quite a lot of climbing to be done, and of course they made climbing agonizingly slow. So we're not really going to be using this route very much, but I'm probably going to use it to get back to the teleport area later. And we save. Of course, the backup is just BK here because I found out that there is actually a limit to how long your save names can be. So there you go. Now, this is something that really baffles me, is the way the boulder looks while it's rolling is terrible. I mean, what the heck is that? It just looks like it's turning into a glitchy mass of dirt or rock or whatever. And I mean, we know that they can rotate, you know, rotate models. We've seen it with falling items. So why couldn't they just make the boulder rotate? I mean, if they were afraid it would look blocky with all the polygons, you know, it doesn't look very good like this, so they may as well. This just doesn't work. It doesn't look like it's rolling at all. I guess I can kinda... no. There, like that. Why didn't they just do that? That looks like a rolling boulder. I don't get it. Whatever.
Gadzooks! It lighted!
Ever the observant one, aren't you, Connor? Alright, so now we are going to go into the epic boss battle. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Actually, we should shoot it with an arrow first, because if I remember, that's kind of funny. When you shoot it with the arrow.
'Tis not working! My arrows just bounce off!
I don't know what's with that line. It's like that's the most enthused line delivery he has.
'Tis not working! My arrows just bounce off!
He seems so angry. Well, let's do this. Is this not the most epic of boss battles? I don't know about you, but I feel kind of bad. I mean, that thing didn't go after me. I feel like I just ran up and beat a wild animal to death. Whatever. It's in the quest, so I guess I gotta do it.
Thou art truly the begetter and manifester of the light which carries the soul through the darkness and into the light of a new dawn. Hope and faith will serve humanity once more. Thou hast earned the right to enter the chamber of enlightenment. Behold, my role hath been fulfilled. I return now to my place in the spirit world of ancient souls. Fare thee well, champion of light.
Remember, youth is good, old age is bad. If you do something to make an old person happy, they will become young again. Everyone knows this. Anyway, so, I did mention that we have to find a wizard of having read the script. Yes, you will remember that from the very first episode, and I was not lying. By which I mean that, by coincidence, there's someone who actually does see the future. Kind of. Anyway, let's just play the tape.
Connor, thou art the Savior, the Champion Eternal. I, the Prophet Hector, speak to thee from the distant eons of time. As thou hearest my words, my race will have long since turned to dust. But a message from the mask of eternity itself I leave to thee. Thou art here because the cataclysm hath come to pass, as the mask itself hath foretold. Thou art on a quest for the return of the mask to its secret shrine in the realm of the sun. The mask of eternity always was, and hath always been. All power is contained within the mask. It is the connection to truth, light, and order. As the mask hath prophesied, its destruction came at the hand of one of its own archons. Absolute power is a compelling corrupter, that which was coveted by one whom the mask trusted completely, one upon whom the mask depended for its very existence. Now that betrayer watches and waits for thee, Connor, the Champion Eternal. Take thou this crystal. It will prove vital for completing thy quest.
Okay, so the Mask of Eternity can see the future, and it knew this guy would betray it, but it trusted him. It knew in the future that it would be betrayed by someone whom it trusted completely. What? And it always is and always shall be, but it depends upon this person for its existence. I'm really confused about the dynamics at work here. I guess as the Champion Eternal, I'm not really meant to think about it much. I'm just meant to just do what I'm supposed to do. So anyway, we see that we basically have what we have a magical CD player right here, and as we can tell, this magical CD looks a lot like this. So I guess this must also be a magical CD. Let's play it.
I hear thy thoughts, Uriel. Thou thinkest thy Champion Eternal will come and save thee from my thrall. He shall not ever make it past my children of darkness, and thy precious mask, it shall not help thee. Its power is now mine, forever!
Jesus. And just from watching a couple CDs, we've gained an entire level's worth of experience points. I mean, geez, if we can just do that just by, watching some TV, I'm sure that my DVD collection would blow Connor's mind. So, I got a question. This bad guy, his name is, I think, Lucretio or something. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. What exactly is his plan here? I mean, I know he wants power and all that, but what does he want to do with it? What exactly is his goal? Because as far as we can see, he hasn't really spent much time doing anything with this power, other than kind of sending, animated armor guys to go chase after me and try and secure the mask pieces. You'd think that, the Mask of Eternity seems such a powerful artifact that it can basically reshape reality. or something like that. It at least has a big effect on the world at large. You'd think that he'd be, you know, using it to reshape the world as he sees fit. I think. But I mean, as far as we can tell, all of the results of, all of the effects on the world are just the badness of the Mask of Eternity being destroyed. So what does he want to do? Is he just gonna, I don't know, is his evil plan to just sit in the temple and wait for us so he can be the final boss? I don't know, I mean, I know this is kind of a cliche and all, but he just doesn't really seem to have a plan. It's kind of like, you know, he spent his whole life just dreaming of reaching this ultimate goal of supreme power, and he finally did it, and he looks around and he's like, well, now what do I do? So I don't know. Maybe maybe he's just chilling. Maybe the Mask of Eternity overworked him, and all he wanted to do was be his own boss for once. You know, work for himself. I can understand that. Destroying the world probably was a little much, but you know, this guy, he's just such a one-dimensional character. I might skip this for now, because I don't remember where it goes, and I want to spend less time climbing up and down. Okay, this is a dead end. Entirely useless. And maybe I'm just kind of rambling and giving this game a hard time, but I don't know. I really like seeing interesting villains, you know. Characters who you can get what makes them do what they do. It gives you, you know, kind of some perspective on what you're fighting for and what you're fighting against. This guy's just kind of evil for the sake of evil. And it almost kind of seems like he's almost like a pawn of the Mask of Eternity. I mean, it obviously predicted this whole cataclysm and didn't seem to really do much about it. Kind of seems like maybe he's just still following orders, betraying the mask like he's supposed to. The whole fact that the mask kind of predicted this ahead of time kind of opens up a lot of weird plot holes, plot stuff. So I don't know. I guess it's just the result of a really kind of weak generic plot. I mean, you know, bad guy does bad thing, you have to reverse bad thing and fight him. There's really not much more to it than that. And you, of course, turn out to be the prophesized hero of every single culture ever created. Just because you're that badass. It kind of seems over the top. I mean, Connor's the Enlightened One, the Champion Eternal. You know, he's I don't know. I think there's a few more titles for him. He's just and of course, this game had an established character or this series had an established character of King Graham. You know, King Graham busted his ass throughout, you know, a ton of different games, and he's not the Champion Eternal. I mean, what does a guy have to do? Then this is just, you know, this bumbling random guy just kind of has a mask piece fall at his feet, and everyone's like, you are the ultimate champion of light and goodness. It's like, where does this guy come from? Okay, so this is just where you need to get the tree root. And of course they made an additional whole, like, separate branch with 2 sections in it just to have more gnomes, who serve as always no purpose whatsoever. I guess it's just to kind of add flavor and make the place seem populated, but I mean, they just become background scenery once you realize that they only have one thing to say, and it's just kind of a waste. And I guess they're shopkeepers, so this is one of the more populated areas that we've run into. so far. Kind of seems like the further we get from Daventry, the more alive people there are. Okay, so we have all of the items we need to go back to the apothecary, if I can remember where it is. So that's good. And I'm gonna walk off a cliff. No, I think I should avoid doing that. And we can go past the rolling boulders now that we have the
This lodestone has magnetic qualities.
lodestone. I don't know how Connor knows that. Maybe he just like stuck it on his warhammer and he's like, oh, it's magnetic. I don't know. Connor seems more the type to be like, magnets, how do they work? Not that I'm saying he's a juggalo, but you know what I mean. Anyway, hold on. No. This better not lock up my game again. I'm gonna be so pissed.
Welcome back, friend. What would you like?
I should have saved before I even opened that door. Or walked through that door, I guess. Alright. Let's do this.
The essence of Sun Tzu. 'Tis a very potent power enhancer, stranger. Verily, I was thinking of removing it from sale altogether.
Essence of Sun Tzu. I would certainly be interested in purchasing such.
Well, I suppose 'twould be all right. But afore I sell ye such, I beg a task of ye.
Pray, tradeswoman, what would you have me do?
I require stock of 3 items. Bring me a piece of tree root, an object of iron, and a fragment of amberglow. If you do this, I shall then see fit to sell ye me essence of Sun Tzu.
Consider it done, good merchant.
Well, here we see where Connor turns out to be not such a bright guy. But let's just hand over the items.
A fine specimen of amberglow, friend. Hold tight to it. It may come in useful later.
You just asked me to...
The essence of Sun Tzu. The essence of Sun Tzu. 'Tis a very potent power enhancer, stranger. Verily, I was thinking of removing it from sale altogether.
Essence of Sun Tzu. I would certainly be interested in purchasing such.
Sit back, I
Well,
guess, so we can
I
watch
suppose
this
'twould
entire
be
thing
all
over
right.
again.
But afore I sell ye such, I beg a task of ye.
Pray, tradeswoman, what would you have me do?
I require stock of 3 items. Bring me a piece of
Did I
tree
not let it
root,
finish?
an
I don't
object
get
of
what
iron,
happened.
and a fragment of amberglow. If you do this, I shall then see fit to sell ye me essence of Sun Tzu.
Consider it done, good merchant.
Okay, will you take it?
A fine specimen of
Are you
amberglow,
kidding me?
friend. Hold tight to it. It may come in useful later. You might find a use for that tree root later, my friend, but not now.
Are you kidding me?
The essence of Sun Tzu. 'Tis a very potent power enhancer, stranger.
Okay,
Verily,
the game is
I
really
was thinking
starting
of
to
removing
break
it from
here.
sale altogether.
Essence of Sun Tzu. I would certainly be interested.
That iron is interesting, friend, but you hold it for now.
Okay, I'm gonna figure this out another time.
Thank you for coming, traveler.
Basically what happens is if you hand over the 3 items to her, she's like, okay, I'll take it for 250 gold coins, and he's like, I thought that, and she's like, oh, no, I wasn't gonna just give it to you, I said I would sell it to you. Connor's like, wow, I sure am a moron, huh? She's like, yep, 250 gold coins, please. I really don't know what the game is doing right now. Like, apparently this is the point where they kind of gave up in the development process, you know, halfway through. I might come back another time after I finish everything and see if it works again, but I have my doubts. Funny thing is, Connor can actually survive a hit from one of these boulders. couple hits actually, which surprised me. But I'd rather not get hit with it because it's kind of net unnecessary damage. Alright. I'm gonna save again because who even knows anymore? I'm disappointed in you, game. Anyway. Let's put away the Warhammer. As funny as it would be to threaten an old man with a Warhammer.
Oh no! What does a mortal such as yourself doing here in the land of the Gnomes?
I have wandered
Wait,
far in
gnomes
search
aren't
of the
mortal?
Mask of Eternity, but I fear my efforts have come to naught. I know not where to go.
Ah, the mask. I have heard of it. But I can assure ye, as the gnomic terramancer, 'tis not here in this realm.
Then, pray tell, can you show me the way out? I've come through the whirlpool from the swamp, but have seen no other exits. I have a magic map, but 'twill only take me where I've already journeyed.
'Tis not a simple matter. A huge trembler recently hit our land and cut off all exits. Let me ponder. Ye know the whirlpool. Ye've a magical map. No, I know of no other exit. 'Twould have to be invented. Ha! I've got it! A terracosmic electromagnetic defibrillator.
What?
With it, I can shift the Earth's magnetic pole just a tad, and for only a nanosecond. But 'twill be enough. 'Twill fool your map into providing a new journeying point. The only difficulty is,
Do you actually know what,
What, good sir?
defibrillate
What
means?
difficulty?
me terracosmic apparatus. It requires a lodestone. My old one has lost its magnetic power. If ye can find me a new one, I can help ye leave this realm.
Consider it done. Thank you, good sage.
A terracosmic electromagnetic defibrillator. Well, I hope you enjoyed the fantasy portion of this game, everyone. Now we're just gonna go straight into technological technobabble and hack the magic map into giving us the new area. Fortunately, I got the lodestone ahead of time.
I have gained the lodestone, wise sage.
'Tis unbelievable. I did not really imagine another was to be found. Let us hope it will work. Aha! Success! Behold your magic map, mortal. It should reveal a new location for ye to transport.
I shall, good sage. I am more than grateful.
Alright, so maybe I should talk to him again, see if
Is
he
there,
says anything.
wise sage, any more you can tell me?
Nay, journeyer, there is not. Behold your magic map. It should reveal a new location for ye to transport.
Alright, should I go back to the apothecary or not? I don't know. Really don't want to get hit by rocks. As most people don't. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I bet you weren't expecting to get out of the realm of the gnomes that way. But yeah, that's pretty much the plan. And I'm gonna go back to the apothecary and try one more time. 'Cause why not, right? If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna, whatever. I might reload from my test run, because everything went off without any bugs there.
Welcome back, friend. What would you like?
First, we'll just try giving it to her.
A fine specimen of amber glow, friend. Hold tight to it. It may come in useful later. Ah, the essence of Sun Tzu. 'Tis a very potent power enhancer, stranger. Verily, I was thinking of removing it from sale altogether.
Essence of Sun Tzu. I would certainly be interested in purchasing such.
Well, I suppose 'twould be all right. But afore I sell ye such, I beg a task of ye.
Pray, tradeswoman, what would you have me do?
I require stock of 3 items. Bring me a piece of tree root, an object of iron, and a fragment of amberglow. If you do this, I shall then see fit to sell ye me essence of Sun Tzu.
Consider it done, good merchant.
Alright.
Lo, merchant, I have gained some tree
Well,
roots.
okay then.
Ah, perfect.
Behold, some amberglow.
Aye, 'tis just right, good man.
Kind of curious what he says about this.
I have acquired a black diamond, the black heart of a dragon. An object of iron, my good merchant.
Excellent, me friend. You've done well, friend. You've earned the right to purchase me essence of Sun Tzu. Only 250 gold coins. What say ye?
Purchase? But I thought those 3 items...
Stay, friend. I only agreed to sell me essence of Sun Tzu if ye brung back those items, not give it to ye.
All right, tradeswoman. Let me ponder then.
Kind of walked into this one, Connor. But yeah.
Hearken, stranger. Ye have not the money to pay for it.
What? Did I? Oh my god. Did you see that? I think I just double clicked and it tried to buy it twice. It unbought it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use my test run to load from, so
Thank you for coming, traveler.
if there are any discrepancies between what you see at the end of this video and the beginning of the next, that will probably be the reason. What the hell was that? This game is really kind of going downhill in terms of actually working. Let's see, which way would be faster? There's no fast way to do this, but if I just stand here deliberating over it, I'm gonna waste even more time. So let's just take the theoretically shorter route. And try not to get lost. This area has gotten me all frazzled now that everything is going wrong during the recording. But it seems to be, you know, coming together. And I'm sure you don't mind a short delay. I mean, it's not nearly as much time as I took just walking around in the dimension of death. So let's get on with getting out of here. I gotta say, the whole idea of leaving via getting a new location on the magic map is kind of creative, but on the other hand, it kind of lacks the you know, the grandeur of traveling through a portal, you know, a hell portal or a magical whirlpool. You're just kind of like, you're kind of meta-gaming your way to a new location, kind of. But whatever. So we're coming up on the end here. This really seems like overall, it just seems like an unceremonious way to leave. Especially with such an anticlimactic boss. It's just kind of, I don't know. It feels like they're kind of losing the plot a little bit here. And we're more than halfway through the game and we only have 2 mask pieces, so I guess we better get on that. Well, so we're now traveling to the Barren region. Let's do this. Looting the Barren. Jesus, that's a lot of lava. Okay.
Alas, in what scorching land have I found myself?
Land filled with ants. I'm gonna back away from the ants, because they're not actually all that hostile, but if I bump into one, they'll start attacking me. I'm gonna save back here, well away from the ants. Not that it matters, because like I said, I have no idea what happened. We've seen more bugs in this one episode than the entirety of the rest of the game. But hopefully things will go smoother next time when we explore the Barren region.